I started digital marketing from scratch as a complete beginner, and only 10 months later, I was able to quit my 9-to-5 to go all in on my online business full time. Now, I've seen a lot of misinformation floating around on the internet about what digital marketing actually is and how you can make money through digital marketing. So in this video, I want to clear up some common misconceptions, answer some frequently asked questions that I get, and also show you a behind the scenes step-by-step tutorial showing what I actually do as a digital marketer. As always, I'm going to be dropping the timestamps for this video in the description box below. So if you're here to get specific questions answered, you can skip ahead to the parts that you need. But otherwise, I want to go ahead and jump right in and start by explaining what digital marketing actually is. Digital marketing is defined as the practice or strategy or act of promoting a particular brand or product specifically through digital channels. Most commonly, those digital channels are going to be social media like Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest, or search engines like Google. Now, this action of digital marketing is not the same as selling digital products, but you need to know digital marketing skills to sell digital products successfully. So I have a digital product business. I have an Etsy shop where I sell Canva templates, and this is a business that consistently generates over $2,000 every single month in passive income. As of right now, I have about 120 products total listed on my Etsy shop. These are all digital products. Over 80% of these products, which are mostly Canva templates, I added over a year ago, and yet my revenue from that shop is still consistent because a digital product business has a passive income model. Essentially, what that means is once I create a Canva template, the work is done. I don't have to take that template and ship it out to buyers. I don't need to update it or do any sort of maintenance on it. All I have to do is create that Canva template one time, upload it to Etsy, and once it's uploaded, anyone who wants to buy it can continuously buy it from my shop, and I never have to touch it or look at it again. This is a build it once, sell it forever business model, and this is what allowed me to leave my 9-to-5. I started my digital product shop the same month that I started teaching as a full-time middle school teacher, and by the end of that school year, I was generating enough passive income to cover my major living expenses. And that's because the effort that I put in the beginning of my shop to actually create these Canva templates and get them uploaded and do the bulk of the work continued to compound. So as I continued to add new templates, those new templates were adding more revenue on top of the revenue that my previous templates that were already posted were continuing to generate. Okay, so just to clarify again, the difference between digital products and digital marketing. So I sell digital products, which are simply products that are digital. So I personally sell Canva templates, but there are so many different types of digital products, from courses to ebooks to printable wall art. Really, the possibilities are endless. So now, even though selling those digital products is what actually generates that passive income for me, if I didn't have the skill of digital marketing, I wouldn't be able to actually sell the digital products. Because again, digital marketing is the strategy that I use to help my customers actually find my digital products. So now that we know the difference between digital marketing and selling digital products, and we know how those two things go hand in hand to build a successful passive income business, I want to show you exactly what to do to start. But first, I want to warn you about some things that you need to absolutely avoid as a beginner in the digital marketing space. So digital marketing is not just about being able to work from wherever you want and set your own hours. Those are some amazing perks of being in the industry, but the real part about digital marketing that's actually allowing me to build wealth and achieve financial freedom is the fact that it's a passive income business model. 99% of jobs, whether you get paid hourly or you get paid a yearly salary, require you to trade your time for money. So no matter how much that job is paying, even if you're making a six-figure salary, which I was not as a full-time middle school teacher, but even if that job pays well, because there's so many hours in the day, there's going to be a natural limit to how much money you can actually make at that job. So when you sell digital products and you do your digital marketing for those digital products the right way, you're generating your first stream of passive income. Unless you're a Nepo baby or a landlord or an Airbnb host, which all require you to have a lump sum of upfront money to invest, selling digital products does not cost you any money to start. I think I pay like $15 a month for my Canva subscription, which is the design platform that I use to actually make my digital products. But beyond that, there is very little barrier to entry to start earning passive income through digital products, unless you fall into the digital marketing trap that I keep seeing all over Threads and Instagram and Facebook. If your digital marketing strategy requires you to consistently reach out to people and make make posts on Facebook and Instagram and Threads trying to convince people to buy your digital products, you no longer have a passive income business model. You are the online equivalent of a door-to-door salesman. That is not a good digital marketing strategy at all whatsoever. Not only is it unsustainable, because again, there's only so many hours in the day, there's only so many posts that you can make, and there's only so many people that you can message asking to buy your digital products, but it won't actually help you accomplish your goal of achieving financial freedom. Good digital product businesses should not require you to convince your customers to buy your products. I do not advertise my digital products anywhere. My Etsy shop is fully anonymous. I don't use my platform to drive people to my Etsy shop. Even if I wanted to do that, it wouldn't be a smart strategy because the people going there wouldn't necessarily buy stuff, and that would mess up my conversion rate, which is like a whole different thing. But I also don't post my products in Facebook groups, and I don't anonymously DM people on Instagram from a faceless digital marketing account to try to convince them to buy my products. I don't have to do that because people already want my products because there is a natural demand for my products. That's because I don't sell digital products that are just courses that teach people how to resell the same digital product. That is not digital marketing. That is a pyramid scheme. It's a scam. And the people who are doing it, whether some of them are aware that it's a scam and some of them aren't because they just don't know any better because someone targeted them and took advantage of the fact that they're a beginner in the field and they don't know what they're doing. The whole digital marketing community is artificially creating a demand for the products that they're trying to resell in some big digital marketing circle. So they're taking to social media, they're saying digital marketing changed my life, and they're posting real or fabricated screenshots about their earnings from a faceless digital marketing account. And then they're saying, hey, you can make $20,000 a month too, if only you buy this digital marketing course that teaches you how to sell the same digital marketing course to other people who want to start digital marketing too. So 9 times out of 10, that digital marketing course does absolutely nothing for you because it's a digital marketing course that teaches you how to do digital marketing for the same course that you just bought. And why would anyone buy that course from you when they could just buy the same course from the person who sold it to you in the first place, or the 1,000 other people who bought that course and are now trying to resell it? So basically what's happened is somebody at the top of the line somewhere started selling digital marketing courses with the intention of teaching people how to get rich quick off of selling the same course. And now as a result, in the digital product space, the digital marketing niche is oversaturated. There's too many people trying to sell the same courses to teach you how to do digital marketing, which is something that you do not need to buy a $500 course to learn how to do in the first place. So instead of buying a girl boss hustle queen course that teaches you how to sell a digital marketing course to other girl boss hustle queens, you need to pick a digital product niche that has a natural demand. So this means creating and selling digital products that people are actually looking for, products that solve problems for people in their everyday lives. So a good way to start thinking about this is that instead of selling digital products, you're actually selling digital tools that people can use to help them accomplish a particular goal. So when you're trying to think of what digital product niche to get into, you should start by thinking of what type of person you want to help and what problems you can help them solve. So for example, I used to be a middle school teacher, right? And as a teacher, you're wearing like 10 different hats. You have so many different things that you have to do, and you're always looking for tools to make your job a little bit easier and take some things off your plate. So whether it be homeschool teachers or public school teachers or whatever, teachers are always looking for resources like lesson plans, worksheets, even like classroom newsletter templates that they can download and print out and pass out to their class to save them some time with lesson planning for that week. This is a digital product niche that has a natural demand. I don't have to go onto Facebook or Instagram and look for teachers and DM them and try to convince them to buy my worksheets because they're already looking online for lesson plans and worksheets just like mine. And there are an endless number of digital product niches, just like the teacher or education niche, that have a naturally high demand. Again, because they solve real problems for real people. Some other examples of really good digital product niches to get into that are really easy to start are invitations. There are endless numbers of events that people attend or host, like weddings, baby showers, funerals, and birthday parties. And the people who are hosting or organizing those events are looking for digital products to help make that event perfect or to save themselves some time with the event planning. Literally any type of person that you can think of regularly encounters a type of problem in their day-to-day life that a digital product could help them solve. We've already talked about teachers and their educational tools, and event planning resources for everyday people. But the list goes on and on, like it's really endless. You've got moms who need digital planners to help them stay organized. You've got real estate agents who maybe need Instagram graphics for their advertisements. I personally have tapped into the educational niche because as a former teacher, I have some knowledge and experience that can uniquely help me be successful because I know exactly what teachers are looking for. I know how to make a good product for a teacher. But if you don't have that unique experience, that's okay because you have your own unique experiences to pull from. And those experiences give you a competitive advantage over someone like me who might have absolutely no idea how your industry works and might not have the same skill set as you. So when you're in this foundational planning stage and you're trying to figure out exactly what sort of digital product business to start, I want you to start off by thinking of some problems in your own life or your own job or maybe a job you've had before, and think of some digital product ideas that can help make life for people in those industries a bit easier. Okay, so now that you know exactly what makes a good digital product business that can generate passive income, and you have some solid examples and ideas of what you can sell, I want to actually give you a quick step-by-step tutorial to show you exactly how easy it is to make your first digital product. So let's head over to Canva and I'll show you my step-by-step process. Okay, so right now we're behind the scenes of my Canva homepage, and I'm going to show you exactly how I create a digital product from start to finish. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to be sharing an example that I already talked about earlier, which was the teacher/educational niche. So I'm going to select create a design, and I want to create a worksheet. So I'm going to select a worksheet. That way the dimensions are correct. And now I have a completely blank worksheet that I'm going to use to create a quick little lesson plan for early elementary school teachers. Now the fun part about this niche is that you can make a lesson plan about literally any topic, but because I want these digital products to get consistent sales year round, I'm going to pick a subject that isn't holiday focused or seasonal and can work for public school teachers, private school teachers, and homeschool teachers alike. So I'm going to name this design Weather Lesson Plan, and now I'm going to design some super cute worksheets all about the weather. So first things first, the kids are going to need a spot to write their name. So I'm going to get a square shape and pull it up to the top here. And I'm going to make it black. And then I'm going to duplicate it by pressing this duplicate button. And I'm going to make this duplicated version white. Okay, so now I have a box where students can write their name. So now, of course, I actually need to label this box so kids know to write their names there. And I actually like to use a dyslexia-friendly font just to keep it inclusive. So I'm going to highlight this text here, and I'm going to look up the font that I want. And I'm going to change it to say name. Now I want to make sure that the font size is big enough for the kids to read, so I'll have it at 20. And then over here, I'll put a spot for the date. Okay, so now the students know where to write their name and date, and I can start designing the actual worksheet. All right, so of course, the next thing I want to do is give this worksheet a title. So I'm going to duplicate this text again, and I'm going to name this worksheet A Sunny Day. Okay, so I added a little outline here and I gave my worksheet a title, and now I'm gonna add some directions. Even though 9 times out of 10, the students aren't actually gonna read these directions and the teachers are gonna have to repeat themselves 200 times anyways. If you know, you know, but I'm gonna go ahead and add the directions just in case. So I'll select this text at the top and duplicate it, and then I'll write directions. Okay, so I've written my directions and I've set up my worksheet to be both a coloring sheet and a writing activity. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the coloring sheet part of it, and then I'll make the writing activity part of the worksheet. Okay, so I'm just clicking on the Elements tab and I'm typing in some elements that I want to put into my design. So since it's a sunny day, I'm looking for a sun, and I want to find a sun that's black and white so that way the kids can color it in. So this one looks perfect, so I'm gonna resize it and put it on my sheet. And I want the scene to be like a park, a sunny day in the park, so I'm trying to find a tree element that I like. That way I can put it outside, and then I'm also looking for a grass element as well. And now I'm just picking a smaller grass element that I can use for the details on different parts of the worksheet. Doing this will just create some dimension. And now I'm just searching for some elements that show kids playing out outside, and I found this super cute element that shows kids playing jump rope, which I thought was perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and select that one, and I'm just playing around with the sizing and the placement to make these kids the focal element of the design. I found this slide, which I thought was perfect in reinforcing that this is a playground, so I'm moving the slide element to make it look like it's sort of in the background. And I found this other element of a little boy riding a bike, which I thought was perfect, so I'm resizing it and putting it here. Now I'm just duplicating the tree element so that way there can be multiple trees and it can really feel like a park. I decided to drag the sun over to the center to really emphasize the theme of this worksheet, which is that it's a sunny day. I'm just putting in some more little grass elements, making them smaller and sending them to the back. That way it can feel like they're further away. And now I'm looking for a horizon element just to solidify the picture so it doesn't look like everything is just kind of floating and the kids know where to stop coloring the grass. So I found this one with all these houses and I thought it was cool because it kind of looked like it was a community park, and so I decided to use this one. I decided to turn down the transparency a little bit just so that way the focal point of the design was all of the bolder images that were in the front. I think this helps create some dimension in the design as well. Alright, so I've added all the elements that I want to add for the picture portion of this worksheet. I just need to go in and clean up the background and actually add the written questions. But I think at this point you kind of get the gist of exactly how to create a worksheet. So once I make these edits, I'm going to go ahead and skip right ahead so you can see the finished product. But if you're watching this and you want the full step-by-step tutorial of actually designing a worksheet from start to finish, let me know in the comments and I'll go back and make that step-by-step tutorial for you. Alright, so I just finished designing the second part of this worksheet and I just wanted to show you what it looks like. So on the front here we have this cute coloring activity page, and then on the next page we have a short reading with some reading comprehension questions. So if I were to add this to my shop to add value, of course I would add more worksheets. So I might want to do like a math activity sheet where the kids have to add up the numbers of things they might see on a sunny day. So 1 sun, 2 beach balls, things like that. Then I'd also want to add other pages for other types of weather, since this would be like a weather bundle. So I could do a rainy day, a snowy day, a stormy day, and so on and so forth. So in addition to the tutorial that you're watching right now, my whole channel is basically one big digital product / digital marketing course. So you're welcome to check out some of my other videos for more step-by-step tutorials regarding how to create these types of digital products and other types of digital products as well. But if you just really like the worksheet that we created here together, I'm going to drop the link for it in the description below this video. It's completely free, you don't need to pay anything for that. I'm just dropping it there for those of you who want a template to start out with and who are interested in specifically this teacher educational niche. Now, like I mentioned before, I have a bunch more tutorials and guides to help you build your digital product business over on my channel, so you can learn everything you need to learn to start a successful digital product business completely for free. But for those of you who are short on time and you kind of just want to skip the line and jump right into actually creating your Etsy shop, selling your digital products in a niche that makes sense, and generating passive income, I put together some done-for-you digital product starter packs in high demand, profitable niches, and I'll link that in the description box below as well. Again, that's just for those of you who want to save time on the actual digital product creation, shop branding, and search engine optimization research part of things. But again, if you have the free time to invest in learning these skills, you can learn everything you need to for free on my channel. I post new guides and tutorials based on the questions that I get in the comments. So if you want to learn more, definitely subscribe and drop a comment letting me know what questions you have and what sort of things you want me to cover. I do my best to respond to every single comment, no matter how specific your questions are, whether they're related to a specific niche that you're interested in, or you're just curious about seeing my behind the scenes revenue on Etsy. There is absolutely no gatekeeping here. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, there are an endless number of digital product niches to get into. And my goal is just to make it easier for you to get started and succeed in this digital product and digital marketing space. If you want to get started right now, you can stick around for the video that's going to pop up at the end of this one, where I share my exact step-by-step strategy that you can use to get your first 100 sales on Etsy in 30 days. And the first steps of that strategy are actually designed to begin before you even have your first product created. So even if you don't feel quite ready, I highly recommend heading over to that video, because I'm going to walk you through everything you need to do from start to finish to launch your first successful digital product business as a complete beginner. And this strategy works for any niche. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.